What's going on, everybody? Doc, Average Gamer Guys. And have you been looking something else to play, something else to give a go, that maybe has some vibes of Tarkov but is a different experience? Is the Tarkov weight getting you down? Well, I've got a recommendation, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Today we're going to talk about Zero Sievert. Don't know if that's how you actually say the last portion of this name, but we're going to jump into. I'm going to give you some impressions. I had a chance to mess around with this a little bit, so let's jump in. Let's talk about what this game is. Okay, so starting off right up front, the game basically describes itself as a mix between Stalker and Tarkov. There are a ton of similarities. I saw a couple of videos talking about this game. As of the recording of this, we're a little over a month and like 2 weeks, so about 6 weeks total from this game's like first early access. You can go onto Steam right now if you're interested in giving this a try. You can go into Steam right now. You can download it. They're doing some early access kind of alpha testing. This game is not going to release. It is similarly to Tarkov going to go through a couple of beta versions from my understanding, and then hopefully a full release sometime in 2023. But you can get your hands on it early right now, and then November 22nd it kind of goes I think into its official beta, if I read everything correctly. So as you can see, it's a top-down shooter. But it has a ton of similar aspects to Tarkov. A lot of the systems, if you're a fan of Tarkov, a lot of the systems of this game are going to feel very, very familiar to you. I'm going to talk about some of the pros up front. One, it's just different. And it can be a little bit frustrating, but it is really, really fun. There are some mechanics that I think we'll see during the beta that we don't currently see now. It is the idea that you go into a raid, I'll show that here in a second. You basically take gear in with you. If you die, everything you found in the raid you lost. Currently for this test version as it stands right now, basically anything that you take into the raid that you start with from starting gear, if you end up dying, you keep all of those things. You kind of reset back to a pre-raid start point, which is actually kind of nice. It makes getting into the raids really, really quickly. It makes kind of running this and having some fun, getting back into it really cool. There's a lot of pros about this. This game actually has some really unique mechanics. It has quite a bit of fun on kind of the top-down shooter genre, and I love the art style personally. It's very obviously pixelated and kind of old school, which makes it for an easy pickup experience. I'll also tell you that as a complete side note, this game is extremely small to download. Like literally I click the download button and like finish after that. So if you are somebody that's crammed for space on your computer, or maybe you don't have the best internet connection, you're still gonna have a good time playing this. Some of the cons, and I don't know if this is necessarily a con, but some of the cons ends up being there is no multiplayer. There is also no planned multiplayer for this game. So you're gonna basically go in, it's not PvP, it's PvE, but it's essentially PvE, like you against the AI. There are a bunch of different post-apocalyptic world type things, ghouls, boars, wolves. You're gonna fight a bunch of different characters from raiders and bandits with a variety of gear. There are bosses, interestingly enough. I'm gonna head to woods, and there's one that basically is Rashala and his guards, which is pretty cool. But if you're looking for a PvP experience, unfortunately you're not going to get it. And at this point, from my understanding, there's nothing planned. So this is definitely a first-person experience, but this is a nice way to shake things up, in my opinion, and has been a ton of fun. So as with Tarkov, there are traders. You can get different types of tasks. They're going to give you different types of gear. The cool thing about this reward system is like Tarkov, you get a reward, but unlike Tarkov, actually when you complete this, you're going to be able to pick anything outside of this, which I think is pretty cool. There's obviously the ability to trade. You have rubles, you have gear here. This happens to be the bartender, who's the guy that's going to end up selling you food, so you can pick that stuff up. He replenishes at different points, which is pretty cool. As we head back here, very similarly, obviously you have this whole kind of bunker system here, but you have your own little hideout. Consider this space to be your hideout. You have a crafting station, which you can do a whole bunch of things with, mod weapons, make ammo, food, all that good stuff. As you would imagine, inside of this, you need certain items to be able to get this. The cool part is this game is a little bit more, it's a lot easier to pick up. There is a tutorial section. You can go and read a few things. I'm probably going to do a post video about this if you end up enjoying this look at some of just the quick tips to get you into the game and familiar with the mechanics. But it's definitely easier to pick up. You get a lot better descriptions as far as what things are. There are different status ailments. I'm not going to go into all the unique things about that, but you have a stash, again, very similar to Tarkov. Again, you have gear. It's a little bit more simplistic. You have body armor, you have a backpack, you have a headset that you can attach, you have different hotkeys as you would normally see, and obviously you have weapons, and there's a decent amount of little customization things and some pretty cool stuff about it. And then over on this side, there is another trader. I think there's definitely multiple traders. There's different factions as well. That's not quite enabled for this version. Cool part about this ends up being is if you want to jump into a raid, you take the train here. Like I said, I was looking for something different. I'm sure at this point in the wipe, if you've been grinding like I have, you might be in the same boat. For me, I'm so close to Kappa. I'm getting a little sick. If you didn't catch my Let's Talk Tarkov video recently, I'm getting a little sick of trying to grind for the last 2 Kappa items. I have the experience for 55. I just need to turn in a quest. I was really hoping to kind of get everything and get it going, but it is what it is. So this was a nice little reprieve. Again, being just a single player experience and a little less punishing, at least with the current build, felt like a unique little difference, something to go in and to try. So let's give you take a look here. Pretty cool little intro. You do also have a map. It's going to show you where your extractions are. They are kind of randomized. You have, what you can hear right now is there's radiation. So you have food, water, radiation, and a whole bunch of couple of different things up at the top that you need to take and pay attention to. Here's your map, which is pretty cool. And you have some other stuff that you can do with this HUD. This is kind of like Fallout-esque, if you will, but the map. The little green circles are your extracts here. And again, you get those kind of randomized, and you spawn in different locations too. You'll spawn in different sides of this, which is pretty neat. So I have a couple of things to do here, but as you would imagine, again, it's a top-down shooter. The cool part ends up being is there's some different things here. You can extend your view, kind of your ADS. If I had a scope attached to this weapon, which unfortunately I don't, it would actually bring in a scope reticle, and you could shoot from that. And then a lot of it is just kill, loot, scavenge, and do some things here. So I'm actually going to head this way, and we have some enemies over here. Killed one. Oh yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Where you at, bud? So this is definitely kind of a tap and go here. Ooh, did I get him? Ooh, I did get him. I'm gonna reload here. I need to kill the bunnies. Sorry. Again, very Tarkov-esque. There's some unique things about loot that are pretty cool too. I think the way they did the system is pretty fun. You're hearing radiation go off right now. Again, I'm just at the point where I'm just basically picking up everything. You have a weight system. Again, if you're familiar with Tarkov, you're gonna have no problem picking up just kind of the base mechanics of this game. Makes for a lot of fun. Just trying to see, Alright, we're pretty overweight, so I'm gonna go ahead and I think ditch. So what's cool is you can kind of see the statistics here, 17 and 40. What is this, 17 and 40, 28%, 34%. We're gonna take this one over this one, I think. Alright. And that's it. And again, you're gonna run into different encampments. You can go into a whole bunch of buildings and test those kinds of things out. I actually think I just maybe get rid of it. Get rid of this so we can move around quickly here. I may actually just extract with this. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That way we can pick up the gear here. You have a stamina bar up top, as you can see. I feel bad that I need to keep killing these little bunny rabbits, but I need these things. The items in my inventory highlighted in yellow, very similar. Oh, and we got smoked. Absolutely smoked. Oh, that's unfortunate. So the cool part again is, as you're gonna see really quick here, this is what I took into that raid. So again, it kind of resets you back to that point, which again, is a little bit less punishing. I do think the final build of this, or maybe the next iteration of the actual testing, is probably going to punish you to actually lose the gear. We shall see. I have seen some comments back and forth about that. But it ends up being a lot of fun. So I just want to kind of introduce this game again. I'm going to do a post video of this, just talking about some of the small mechanics, some of the quick tips to help you get through. But I've actually really liked this. It's been a ton of fun to go into some of these areas, fight some of the bosses, and just have a good time in a game that's very similar to Tarkov. Kind of punishing, kind of difficult. The bosses, and as you can see there, that hunter, we're not very well geared, and he absolutely slaughtered us. There's a lot of enemies that will have the opportunity to do that to you, but it also, again, being a single player experience, something you can quickly get in, jump in, have a good time, and then jump back out of, maybe on your sessions after Tarkov gets frustrating for you, if you're just looking for something different. So want to give you that quick intro. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you've had a chance to pick this up. Again, it is available right now on Steam. And then I think, again, the beta comes out on the 22nd of November. So you can get your hands on that when it rolls out. And I'm looking for some good improvements. They, as you can see, last thing I'll wrap up with is they have a bunch of different maps planned. I think some of these are already built. It just happens to be that they're not available for this current demo period. And looking forward to continuing to see how this game evolves. Like I said, I think it's going to be a unique experience. It's pretty fun. I love the top-down shooter genre, and I think this brings a unique kind of twist to Tarkov, if you will, and makes for a, like I said, makes for a fun experience. So let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate all the support on YouTube. If you're stopping in and you are a fan of Tarkov, and you haven't checked out our Tarkov content, we've got a ton. Hardcore series, Escape series, which is a solo standard playthrough. We're doing some other stuff during the week as well. And we'd love for you to check some of our other videos out. So be sure to swing on by. I'm going to flash some socials. Twitter, Twitch, Discord, TikTok. Come swing by. Catch us on a stream sometime over on Twitch. Links in the description. Check us out. We'd love to have you. Chat with you live. See how your Tarkov experience is going. If you end up picking up this game and you end up really liking it, again, throw me a comment or swing by stream sometime. We'll probably be playing this a little bit just to mix some things up and have some fun. So with that, Doc, Average Gamer Guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Peace.